Hello all, welcome. January 13th na మన ముందుకు రాబోతోంది సైంధవ్ వెంకటేష్ గారి 75th ఫిల్మ్. వెల్, వెంకటేష్ గారి 75th ఫిల్మ్, ఆయన సైంధవ్ అనే క్యారెక్టర్లో సాలిడ్గా రాక్ స్టార్లో మనకు అనిపిస్తున్నారు సరే, కానీ అదే సైంధవ్ సినిమాలో విమెన్ పవర్ ఉంది. ద విమెన్ ఆఫ్ సైంధవ్ నాతో పాటు ఉన్నారు. ఫస్ట్ ఈజ్ రుహాని, డాక్టర్ రేణు ఇన్ సైంధవ్, మనోజ్ఞ, Shraddha Srinath garu, hi. And of course, we have Jasmine, Andrea garu, hi. This is the Women of Saindhav. So nice to speak to you.
Thank you, Hemant.
Okay. This is all. Ante ipudu seriously pressure na meeda unnattundi. Okay. Firstly, ante konni credits vinnappudu ante Venkatesh garu 75th film, like భారీగా చాలా పెద్దగా సెట్ చేస్తున్న ఫిల్మ్. ఆఫ్ కోర్స్ వెంకట్ బోయినపల్లి గారు ద ప్రొడ్యూసర్, నిహారిక ఎంటర్టైన్మెంట్, అండ్ ఆఫ్ కోర్స్ యూ హ్యావ్ డాక్టర్ సైలేష్ కొలను, ఆయన హిట్ స్ట్రీక్లో ఉన్నారు ఆయన. అండ్ ఆఫ్ కోర్స్ మ్యూజిక్ ఈజ్ సంతోష్ నారాయణ్. ఇలాంటి పేర్లు విన్న తర్వాత మీరు బీయింగ్ పార్ట్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ ఫిలిం, ఫస్ట్ రియాక్షన్ మీకు ఈ ఆఫర్ వచ్చినప్పుడు, వాజ్ ఇట్ ఎక్సైట్మెంట్, వాజ్ ఇట్ నర్వస్, వాజ్ ఇట్ లెట్ మీ థింక్, ఆర్ హౌ వాజ్ ఇట్? ఓకే, స్టార్ట్ జాస్మిన్. యా.
Okay. Well, actually, I haven't done a Telugu film in a really long time. So when I met Sailesh, it was more like, oh, you know, this seems like a young, fun, exciting team. And I honestly really just hit it off with Sailesh when I first met him. And he was like, I want you to play this role. And you know, it's not a straightforward role. It has a lot of grey shades. And her name is Jasmine. And I was like, okay. That's so cool. Because just 2 weeks ago, I was telling somebody, I'm bored of doing the same old nonsense. Like, I want to do something new. I want to do something fun, you know. And then, ta-da, Sailesh comes and says, I want you to play this role called Jasmine. So, as I said, I told him also. I was like, with the name, I was like, okay. Sold. Yes. And then, of course, it's such a great team. Really, really say this from the bottom of my heart. And I don't know about these girls, maybe they haven't worked as long as I have, but for me, I can honestly say this is in my top 3 most positive set experiences in my entire career.
What a start.
Yeah, it really is.
Manognya, Shraddha Srinath garu, me first reaction.
I knew the film would be on a very large scale. When I heard, of course, Sailesh was dropping names left, right and center. This is our producer, we have Venki sir, we have Nawaz sir, we have Santosh doing music, and you know, he was just like showing off. At one point, he was like, we have an amazing team, you would be stupid to say no to this. And I said, no, that's not even on my mind. I want to be part of this cinematic universe that he's creating. I was excited. I don't know if I've spoken about this, but I watched Hit 2. Dan tarvata nenu Sailesh ni call chesi, I said, look, I really love this film and would love to possibly explore any, you know, opportunities to work with you. And in my mind, I thought he's working on Hit 3, right? Yeah. Would love to be part of that whole hit world ani nen cheppanu. Then I find out that this is the project that is, you know, in the works, and he said, I do have a character, would you be interested? I said, okay, let's give it a listen. And I was sold. I mean, you know, like, it's so compelling. You like I said, you'd be stupid to say no to a film like this. You just have to be part of it, because this is truly such a pan-India, and I would say even like a global film, to be a part of. A feather in my cap, a feather in all of our caps.
And Ruhani, meekaithe meeru default mode emo, meeku only date lo pampistaremo.
Yeah.
What was your reaction?
Actually, I didn't know that Sailesh would approach me for this.
Really?
So, yeah, I had no idea. So they announced the film, and then he was telling me that because we've been friends since we did Hit. So he was telling me, you know, Nawaz is also there in the film, and I was so excited. I was happy for him. I had no clue that he's going to ask me to, you know, play Dr. Renu. And he called me and he's like, you know, I have a character for you. And then he started, you know, explaining the character. And I'm like, it's so good. And he was like, would you be interested? I know this is not the, you know, this is not your kind of a role, but what do you think about this? You know? So I was like, what do you mean this is not my kind of a role? It's such an important role in the movie. And then he was like, okay, so do you want to do it? I'm like, I would be very happy to do it, because obviously it's with Venkatesh sir, and then it has Nawazuddin sir, it has Shraddha Srinath, so many great actors, Andrea from Tamil, and then Arya. So I was blown away. I was so excited, and I was so nervous also, because these all actors are amazing, okay? And I had this pressure ki how am I going to act with them, because they are so good. So most of the times I was just excited and extreme nervous. But I think they've been very, very sweet. And once we started shooting, initial days were like, I was a little stressed out, but I think we gelled up very well. So everything went so smooth.
Too well, in fact.
I can clearly see, in fact, interview start avuthe mundu meer asalu full okay interesting girl talk chestunnaru.
Actually, we're missing the most important lady in the film.
Oh yeah.
Little Miss Ssara.
Correct.
She's the
She's the star of the film.
She's a star of the film. Yeah.
కానీ మీరందరూ ఇండివిజువల్గా యాక్షన్ ఫిల్మ్స్ చేశారు. బీన్ పార్ట్ ఆఫ్ దీస్ హ్యూజ్ యాక్షన్ ఫిల్మ్స్ కదా మీ కెరియర్లో. అసలు యాక్షన్ ఫిల్మ్ అనగానే ఒక అందులో ఒక ఫీమేల్ రోల్ ఉంది. మీకు ఐ మీన్ యాజ్ విమెన్ ఇన్ అన్ యాక్షన్ ఫిల్మ్ సెటప్ ఛాలెంజెస్ మోర్ ఆర్ లెస్ ఏముంటాయి అసలు?
For me, the challenge would be, okay, let's say this is a film full of guns and like macho men fighting and everything. So what role do I play? Like will it contribute at all, or will it account to anything? In that, like Manogna's character, I don't know how much I can talk about what Manogna does or her background in the film. Like, does she matter? Does she matter, like, in this film? Because it should not, like, it can be all about the action, but what is your, like I said, what is your contribution? So for me as an actor, it becomes, it's very crucial for me to select film like that. Because if I don't feel like I'm contributing anything, it shows on my face and in my performance. So that would be a challenge for me.
Actually, continuing from where she left off, I would say the challenge in an action film, forget about actors, from an audience point of view. Ultimately people watch films because they connect to something. They have to feel something for someone on screen. Otherwise, they're not going to get involved in the story. They're not going to be rooting for you to win. It's just not going to happen, So, at the heart of every action film, there has to still be a heart, an emotional entanglement of some sort, It could be a lover, it could be a daughter, it could be a father, it has to be that something has to be there to tug at the heart of everyone watching the film. And I think Sailesh has done that very beautifully in this film.
Dr. Renu, meek emana challenge unnaya being part of an action film?
I can't think of any. Like, I don't feel, I never felt that there will be any challenge, because I mean, obviously the film is, we don't have only actions in the film. We have so much going on in the film. So we have everything. It's a package. We have like very emotional scenes, and then we have complete action-packed performances. So I think we have mix of everything. So challenges, I can't think of anything, because my part is a complete. It's a complete different part of the film. Yeah. So mine is more on the emotional side. So I mean, yeah, challenge would be, why didn't they let me do some action sequence? So yeah, I mean, that's my wish.
Maybe Chiranjeevi will next give you a gun or
yeah. I'm only getting, people are just hitting me in the film, so I wish I could just give them back.
Who is hitting you?
In the film.
How dare they? Come, I'll fight them.
We had this one
Maybe
scene where I was supposed to attack her, and she's like, first time I'm meeting Ruhani on set.
Yeah.
The first thing she says to me, please don't hit me for real. I was like, oh shh. Okay, that's immediately, and I'm coming from this like realistic cinema in Tamil, where my directors are like, one real slap, madam, just do it. Wow. And the actor will be like, please just slap me, so we get it on camera and we don't have to do retake after retake after retake. Cheating a slap is one of the hardest things. It is. Because you can be cheating, if the camera is not placed at the right angle, it's not going to look like a slap. I have seen people slap for 20, 25 takes. It's just because if you don't position the camera right, it'll never happen. And the first thing this girl I'm just meeting is like, please don't slap me. I was like, needless to say, that was the only shot in this entire film that went on and on.
Yeah. We were struggling together.
Otherwise, I'm usually...
But I think she was very sweet. She was just trying to protect me.
Because
I was
you gave me
it's
all
okay.
that... Yeah.
Even if you hit me, it's okay.
That was after 4
I can
takes.
take it.
That was after 4 takes. And she's like,
లేదు
I'm sorry.
మనం టెక్నాలజీ పెంచి స్లాప్ కూడా విఎఫ్ఎక్స్ వాడదాం. ఓకే, కానీ టెల్ మీ, అంటే మీరు ముగ్గురు ఇండివిజువల్గా అంటే బాడీ ఆఫ్ వర్క్ చాలా ఉంది కాబట్టి ఒక తెలుగు సినిమా చేస్తున్నప్పుడు లాంగ్వేజ్ బ్యారియర్స్ లాంటివి ఏమైనా ఉంటాయని క్లియర్గా ఉన్నప్పుడు మీ ప్రాసెస్ ఆఫ్ హోంవర్క్ లాంటిది ఏముంటుంది, అసలు ఉంటుందా, లేకపోతే ఇస్ ఇట్ లైక్ మీ యూ కమ్ టు ద సెట్, మీరు ఆ కాస్ట్యూమ్లోకి వెళ్ళినప్పుడు ఆ మేకప్లో వెళ్ళినప్పుడు ఆటోమేటిక్గా మీరు ఆ జోన్లోకి వెళ్ళిపోతారా? ఈజ్ హౌ డస్ దట్ ఆ ప్రాసెస్ గురించి చెప్పండి.
Depends on each actor, I think. Each person has their own process.
Yours.
Huh. Okay. Why always starting with me?
Okay, we'll change gear. We'll start with Sri.
For me, yes, the minute my hair and makeup and my costume is done, I know I look the part and I know I feel the part. But I have come to understand that dialogues are such a crucial part, and to be able to say it like it is, like you're not even thinking about it, you know, like to speak a language like it comes to you even in your sleep. That's how much, how well you need to convince the audience that that's how well you know the language. So for me, my preparation with dialogues starts quite early in the sense, if they give me the script beforehand, I will start preparing beforehand.
ఒకవేళ లాస్ట్
How many
మినిట్
people
చేంజెస్
give you the script before?
And what do you mean, how many people? Like how many teams? Oh, no, some of them were like, oh, by the way, we are doing this scene also today. Oh, by the way, we have made changes to this scene.
చేంజెస్ వచ్చినప్పుడు మరి ఎలా?
ఏం లేదు
You
అంటే
deal with it, bro. You deal with it.
Yeah, you deal. I mean, you have to. I guess with time I have become comfortable with Telugu to a great extent.
Correct.
So and I find Telugu and Kannada very similar. So I feel I've found a technique to understand, to memorize and this and that. So yeah, it's just dialogues that need preparation for me.
What about you?
Character and all just comes off.
I think I don't find it difficult anymore, because in my first film itself, in Chila, so my director trained me so well, because there are so many long lengthy dialogues and monologues, like one pages dialogue. So I got like trained hard. So I don't find it difficult anymore. But thanks to Sailesh, I mean, because he's given us the script, I think 2 months before we started shooting, much before actually. So I had enough time to memorize my lines, so I never struggled, and he would send me voice notes for the correct pronunciation and dialect. So that really helped. Yeah, I mean, I also I like to be prepped. I mean, in terms of I have to know my lines, and I have to be very, very comfortable, so that I'm not struggling on set.
Yeah.
You know, how am I going to say it? So it should just flow. And the process, because I'm playing a doctor and I have no idea about it, and plus I can't. I was about to say something, but no, I should stop myself, because I can't reveal that. You have to watch the film for that. But yeah, I mean, I was just reading. I was reading about doctors, and I was watching some videos, of
ఇంజెక్షన్ చేయడం నేర్చుకోవడం అలాంటివా?
No, that Sailesh helped me with that.
Oh, yeah,
he's a doctor
doctor.
himself.
Doctor.
So he helped me with that.
I was asking him, sir, మీరు డాక్టర్ శైలేష్ కొలను కదా, ఏమన్నా
He's a
రోజు
real
సెట్కి
doctor.
ఫస్ట్ ఎయిడ్ కిట్ ఏమైనా తీసుకెళ్ళారా అని. He said no.
Yeah. No, I was asking him about the medical terms and all. So he helped me with that. Yeah, that's about it.
If you can say, give me 3 qualities or 2 qualities from Venki sir as an actor, మనందరం మీరే కాదు అసలు చూస్తున్న వాళ్ళందరూ కూడా ఫార్ లైఫ్ యాజ్ అన్ యాక్టర్ గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవాల్సిన ఆర్ ఫాలో చేయాల్సిన ఒక 2-3 క్వాలిటీస్ ఏమైనా ఉన్నాయా దట్ యూ లెర్న్ ఫ్రమ్ వెంకీ సార్?
In my experience, there are 2 kinds of actors. One actor likes to talk about themselves. Okay? The other actor likes to ask about the other person. They are interested to know about your life. And as she pointed out, and I also experienced this in my initial interactions with Sir, like her, I don't talk to people unless they talk to me. I'm very, like that. And Sir would be like, hey, I heard you had a show in KL. How was your show? And I was like, whoa. How? He knew exactly where I had been, the show that I had done. He's giving me advice. He's like, you should get dancers, ma. You should travel with them. It looked fantastic. And I was like, that's so kind.
Yeah.
It's so kind of him, right? So immediately he's won me over, just like that. It's so easy when you ask somebody else about their life instead of saying, you know, in this film, in that film, I did this, I did that, you know. I mean, we all know.
Full of themselves.
Yeah. So, you know, that he's immediately, he's won you over just by being interested in your life. I look for human qualities more than actor qualities. So those are the more important things to me about a person. And apart from that, him as an actor, he is, how do I say, on the ball on set. We were shooting till 6 a.m. one day, you know. A lot of actors at that, you know, senior artists, they will not do it. They will just not do it. They will not shoot beyond a certain time.
Yeah.
He was on the ball. He did it. That was amazing, you know. I have huge respect for him for that. And even on set with his I remember there was a take that Nawaz was doing, and as we all know, Nawaz is like, he's such a fine artist. Like, you ask him to do one thing, he'll take it and he'll do like 2,000 kinds of magic with it that you don't even expect, right? He's such a instinctive, magical actor, and there was this incredible dialogue that he just delivered. And Venki sir and Sailesh was sitting at the monitor and watching it. And when the shot was over, like, they started clapping, which is, yeah, it was so nice for one actor to appreciate somebody else on set.
He's very secure. Like
Yeah, these are the beautiful things that I really admire about him.
He's a very professional person, you know. He's a producer's actor. He knows not to waste time on set. He knows that things can be done quicker. So he'll also ensure that things are moving and like we're not doing it at a snail's pace. He's an actor. He's a director's actor. He's all of that. He doesn't like to talk much about his own achievements. She was right. You know, the minute you ask him something about, he's like, you know, he'll be like so uncomfortable. He's like, no, don't talk about me. Let's talk about something else. Let's talk about the weather. But he doesn't like talking about himself or his, like, you know,
achievements.
He's just so humble. I really love that about him. I think these are the two biggest qualities that I noticed that I really loved. Yeah.
I think I loved a lot of things about him. He's very kind, first of all, and the way he treats actors around him, because especially new young actors. For me, though, I mean, I kept on saying this, but working with the people who you've admired all your life, so it's obviously you get very nervous. So we had one very important scene in the film, and when we were filming that scene, I was so nervous. And then Sailesh was so nice of him that he said, you know, let's do their close-ups first, and then, you know, we'll go for your close-ups. So we were doing the scene, and he was constant. When Sailesh started taking my close-ups, he was so comforting. He was like, easy, you're doing very well, just don't worry. So I mean that sort of gave me the confidence that, you know, I can do it. So that comforting other actors, people around him, that quality is really nice. I don't know how many people, how many stars do that. I don't know.
He also said it because she was doing very well. I was right there. He wouldn't simply say it, you know. He complimented you. I saw it with my eyes because you were doing amazing. Yes.
Thank you.
So he is
So sweet.
So sweet. So I think that, and like Andrea and Shraddha said, he doesn't like to talk about himself. When we were saying something, he would just, you know, he would just escape that topic, and he would be like, let's talk about something else. So that modesty, that naiveness in him is really admirable. And one more thing, I really like, how evolved he is as a person. And when you talk to him, and he was talking about his experience in the industry, he takes everything, his stardom, everything. So, I mean, he doesn't take it very seriously. So for him, it is very, you know, it's like, he's like, yeah, life keeps going. So don't take anything very seriously. Just go with the flow, be happy. And he's such a positive person. When you talk to him, you start feeling so positive. And I remember my first, that was the first time I literally went to him. Before that, I was just, okay, I will not talk to him because I don't know whether he'll be comfortable. So I don't know what happened to me. I just walked towards him and just, he was sitting. And I sat with him and I just randomly started talking about, sir, I heard, everybody's saying you are a very spiritual person. So what is it like? Then we started talking about his spiritual journey and my spiritual journey. That whole conversation was so wholesome. And I think with him, you don't like, it's so comfortable that you don't think that I should not say this. You can speak anything. So I think that comfort he gives, and he's such a warm person.
I know you have a spiritual guru and all.
Oh, how do you know? Oh my God. Okay.
And also,
So yeah, on those terms also I connect with him a lot.
This is like perfect combo for, and all three have different things to say about Venki sir. And Kani Naku, yes, Venki sir 75th film enta prestigious project అయినా సరే నాకు డైరెక్టర్ శైలేష్ కొలను, డాక్టర్ శైలేష్ కొలను, నాకు ఆయన గురించి నేను విన్నప్పుడన్నా కలిసినప్పుడన్నా నాకు అనిపించేది ఏంటంటే హస్లర్స్ ఎలా ఉంటారో మేబీ డైరెక్టర్ అలా ఉండలేము ఈ జనరేషన్లో. అంటే కోర్స్ రైటింగ్, డైరెక్టింగ్, కెమెరామ్యాన్కి ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేసి, స్టార్కి చెప్పి, అండ్ మోస్ట్ ఇంపార్టెంట్లీ మీలో ఎవరైనా ఏ క్వశ్చన్ అడిగినా సరే అంతే కాన్ఫిడెంట్గా ఆ క్వశ్చన్కి ఆన్సర్ చెప్పగలగాలి. టు ఎ లెవెల్ వేర్ మీకు డౌట్ క్లియర్ అయ్యేలాగా ఇన్ని మల్టిపుల్ థింగ్స్ చేయాలి కదా. నిజంగా డైరెక్టర్ శైలేష్ గారి జాబ్ కూడా అంతే టఫ్గా ఛాలెంజింగ్గా ఉండిందా ఈ సినిమాలో, ఫ్రమ్ వాట్ యూ అబ్జర్వ్డ్?
Every director's job. I think it's one of the hardest jobs in the world, to be honest. Because not only do you have to know your craft, people skills, so important for a filmmaker. It's more important than knowing how to make a film. Knowing how to make a film is not going to make you a filmmaker. You need to know how to handle people.
Yeah.
You need to know how to get work out of people. It's really, you need to keep your cool when things are going wrong. It's not an easy job at all.
So in that perspective, Sailesh gurinchi mere antaru?
Sailesh, hats off for someone who, so the first time I met Sailesh, like I said, I hadn't done anything in Telugu for a really long time because for various reasons I just said no, I'm not interested. But when I met this team, especially Sailesh, he really, his energy was so positive, and I was like, I really like this guy. And for me, I'm in a space in my life where I want to work on a film where I know I'm going to have a good time working with those people. I don't care how great the script is. If I don't like you as a person, I don't want to do your film. End of story. That's my mind space right now, So Sailesh, such a positive person. And his doctor is not a, like how they give bunch of actors and people like doctors, honorary. No, he's a real doctor. And he spent a lot of time in Chennai. So we were talking in Tamil. Even on set, Venki sir, Sailesh, a lot of them speak in Tamil. It was really nice. Yeah. I was like, am I on a Telugu set? What's going on? But the way in which Sailesh would speak to me in Tamil or English, then he would switch to Hindi with Nawaz, and then he would switch to Telugu with his, his ADs, and he would just switch so effortlessly, never lose his cool. I have huge respect for directors who don't get angry on set because it's a really difficult thing to do. It's really difficult not to get angry on a set. And yeah, these things about Sailesh, especially considering that he hasn't actually been an assistant director. He started his journey as a filmmaker. So that really blows my mind. And he's so young, and I think he's definitely one of the guys to watch out for.
Wow.
Yeah. Because, come on, you have like a star like Venki sir, taking on a project like this with a youngster like Sailesh. Definitely the guy has something to offer.
Correct.
Definitely.
Clearly, yes.
Yes.
What I love about Sailesh is that he's an actor's director. For him, his actor's comfort is paramount.
మీరైతే మీరు ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్డ్ క్యాంపెయినర్,
She knows
him.
in the longest, no?
Yeah.
It's been, I think, more than 3 years.
Yeah.
We did hit in 2019, And yeah, it's been almost more than 3 years. So I mean, he is a very, first of all, he's a dear friend to me. After we completed Hit and then Hit got released, so we became really good friends. And one thing I really like about him, that he is so passionate about films. Like, he's crazy for films.
Yeah.
I have never seen such person in my life. He doesn't sleep. He only sleeps for 4 hours every day. After after Hit 1 and Hit 2 release, I've seen him still, working as hard as he does now for Saindhav or any other project. He is so hardworking. I mean, he never takes anything for granted. And I actually sometimes I tell him, why you are such a hustler? I mean, just relax. He's like, no, mama, it's, I have to work. So that shows his passion towards, filmmaking. And I really like that thing about him. And I've seen him evolve so much, from Hit to Saindhav. When we were shooting Hit, my first 2 days were like, I was just so clueless what's happening, because the way he works is very different. That time it was very different. Now it has changed and he has evolved a lot. So that time I couldn't understand. I was like, he's okaying every shot in every take in every shot in one take. So I was just wondering, is he actually liking it, or he's randomly saying okay? But then I saw the film, I saw the final product, then I realized this guy is very talented. And then I think from there to now, I'm seeing him very calm and very calm on set. That time he was not calm at all. All.
Really?
So now, when these ladies, talk about him, he's such a cool, chilled out person. I laugh inside me, because
we're seeing Sailesh 3.0.
He was not. And I told him when I saw him on Hit 2 set, I went to meet him. And I saw him, I'm like, you have changed a lot. I don't know, something is very new. He's like, I'm more calmer and I know what I'm doing, and I know how to get things done. So I've seen his journey. It's so amazing to see him grow and evolve so beautifully. That and his is very inspiring, very motivating. He always, he makes sure that, sometimes I get like, as actors, most of the times we are like, sometimes we might, we will be complaining. So I call him, he's like, but he's so motivating. He's like, no, mama, this will happen. So encouraging, always encouraging. So I think he's that one person that, whenever I feel demotivated or discouraged, I call him. And I know he's there. He's like, it's okay, you're going to kill it. So I'm like, yeah. So that assurance for him, I think I really cherish our friendship. I'm so lucky that I did Hit, and, I'm doing second film with him. And I keep on telling him that, I want to just grow old, working in your films. So that's that kind of a bond we have. And I'm very close to his family as well. So he's more than a director. He's a very dear friend and, almost like a family.
Jan 13th na theaters lo Saindhav, Venkatesh Garry 75th film. Do not miss it.
Ee Sankranthiki Leka Maruti. Saindhav
In theaters
On Jan 13th.